You ever see those couples and you wonder, how did that guy end up with that girl?
All the time.
Yes.
You know, like the Olsen twins and pretty much every old guy they've ever dated.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they love the senior citizens.
Yeah.
They do.
Or Macaulay Culkin and every hot girl he's ever dated.
Uh-huh.
Like, how did he get with Mila Kunis?
Uh-huh.
What is going on there?
Weird. It could be money.
Well, she
She
has
already
money
had
too.
money.
They're all rich. Exactly. They all love each other.
You see, it's mysteries like this that just confound my mind. And we have a guy on the phone for a second date who admits he had a mismatched date, and he was the lucky one.
Oh, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, but maybe that's why he's not getting a call back now. His name's Curtis. What's up, Curtis?
Yo, how you guys doing?
Oh, Curtis, you dating up?
Yeah, pretty much. I kind of outkicked my coverage on this one.
You're accidentally dating up then.
Yeah. So what's this girl's name?
Her name is Ashley.
Ashley,
Yeah.
okay?
We got together with some mutual friends at a get-together, just in a backyard. And, wow, not to be crass, but she's an absolute smoke show.
So did you get a chance to talk to her?
Nope.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's stunning, and she's never been around these friends before, so it was like I immediately noticed her. I introduced myself eventually, and
Were you nervous? What were you feeling like in that moment?
yeah, I mean, there's definitely butterflies because, I mean, she is that much of a knockout. So, yeah, but, you know, I had a little bit of liquid courage going.
Okay.
And, at some point, I, made an offhand comment about KFC and how I kind of wish that there was KFC at the cookout or kind of just like potluck, really.
Like basically you're just trashing on everybody's food and saying that why don't we just do takeout?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, the food was hot garbage.
Okay.
Oh,
So it was accurate.
okay.
Yeah. So, like, I said that, and I'm like, I could really use some extra crispy. And she's like, extra crispy? I'm like, yeah, KFC. I'm kind of a KFC whore. And she's like, oh, my God, I love KFC, too. And I'm like, wait, what? So, yeah, we did, like, that's
Is that
how
really
we-
shocking to you that somebody else loves KFC?
I mean, I guess I said that in jest in some way because I do actually am very much into KFC. It was a meeting point for us, so to speak.
And it's hard to believe that hot girls even eat sometimes,
Yeah, I
right?
guess that's true.
Exactly. I mean, I figured she was on like a fully vegan diet or whatever, but she wasn't. And we started chatting. She's a flight attendant, which she's always on the go, so that's why she's really into KFC. And yeah, I got enough courage up after that, and I was like, do you want to go out sometime? And she's like, yeah, that'd be great.
Nice.
When she said yes, it was like, I think I let out an audible sigh, which was probably not the coolest thing to do.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, but
feeling,
you know what, though? It's good to be not cool, especially around women who are ultra beautiful. And I really think that because it's so refreshing to see someone just be themselves.
From your mouth to God's ears. I mean, like, hopefully that was the case.
So what'd you guys do for your actual date?
So we went out to this nice place, certainly not KFC. And at one point, I made a joke about, oyster shooters and being an aphrodisiac.
Oh, God.
Aphrodisiac jokes are always funny. Don't let Brooke
Are they?
negativity get you down.
Thank you. I mean, well, maybe not, because I then kind of doubled down and made a joke about asparagus.
What is asparagus? This makes your pee smell? Like,
Uh-oh.
My understanding, and I'm not sure if it's an old wives' tale or anything, but I've always heard that, like, asparagus really gets the libido going. It's real,
are you wait, is that the joke or are you being serious?
Oh, I didn't know.
That's serious. I mean, that's what I've heard. And I mean, I wasn't like, hey, this is an automatic hookup or anything like that. But, I was nervous and I thought, she kind of liked the first joke.
But I was going down every food item and telling her.
You know what they say about rice.
Yeah.
Oh. It's going to be a good night.
Yeah.
Breadsticks, huh, girl? Is that what you're hungry for?
Also, you heard about water?
Yeah.
And it didn't help that I was like kind of stuffing my face at the time with asparagus. Which probably also didn't add to the.
Yeah. All right. That might have put a wrench in things. Were you able to recover?
I'm guessing it didn't help. I mean, look, it seemed like the rest of the date went well. We talked about what she does, and I feel like there was a moment towards the end of the date afterwards where I could have kissed her, but
Like
I
she
didn't.
was full on asparagus.
Yeah.
She couldn't have turned you
Right,
down.
yeah. And I didn't seize the opportunity, and I'm regretting it, and I feel like a jack but if I can, I'm not sure what I can say on the radio. But yeah, it's been a few days and just Ghost City, and I haven't heard anything from her.
Okay. Well, I mean, she is a flight attendant, so she may just not be home. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, that's certainly a possibility. I just kind of feel like, the clock struck midnight and here I am, and like it was kind of like all a dream, and she's, kind of realized that I'm kind of a schmuck in some ways.
But a schmuck with lots of asparagus, so
Yeah.
you got something going for you. Well,
Right,
we're going to play a song. We'll come back, call Ashley for you, and we'll try and get you a second date. All right, Curtis?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, hold on.
middle of a second date, and we're going to find out how the couple is doing right after you hear part 2.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, we're on the phone with Curtis, who met a beautiful flight attendant named Ashley.
Yes.
And he describes Ashley as being a little bit out of his league.
Mm-hmm.
They bonded over their mutual love of fine cuisine. Specifically,
Is
Kentucky fine cuisine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when he took Ashley out, he may have made a few too many jokes about aphrodisiacs over dinner.
Uh-huh.
He also felt like he missed out on a good opportunity for a first kiss, but he's hoping that we can call up Ashley, his long-lost flight attendant, and help him book a one-way trip to her heart.
Oh, that was cute.
I hope it's first class.
Now, Curtis, in keeping with standard safety regulations, I will need to perform a cavity search
Oh my gosh.
before we make this phone call.
Yikes.
Whoa.
On myself, not on you.
Okay.
Oh, so that's normal.
How are you still finding stuff up there, Jeffrey? Like,
I hope you never work for TSA.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cavernous. What can I say?
Cavernous? Oh my god.
All right, Curtis, you ready to do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, are you as nervous now as you were the moment you asked her out?
Way more.
Oh, more.
Yeah, much
Okay,
more.
so we're not in a healthy spot right now, Curtis. Just know that, I mean, there could be a reason why, a perfectly logical reason why she's not calling you back.
That is the sound of me knocking on wood.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, here we go. We're going to dial the phone number, and we're going to see if Ashley answers. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Ashley, please?
this is Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
Seriously? This is the radio?
Hey,
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh my God! Wow, there's more of you. Oh my
We
God!
still exist.
Uh-huh.
Radio's still alive.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, what's up?
I can't tell if you know the show or not, but we're doing something called a second date.
I have heard of this.
Okay, so you know that the way it works is if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person to try and figure out the reason why.
So someone I went out with called you.
Yeah, a guy emailed us about you named Curtis.
Okay.
Okay, that's still positive. You met Curtis at the barbecue?
Yes, I did. I feel bad. I saw he texted me. I'm a flight attendant, so I'm like always traveling for work. So I didn't really mean to not respond to him.
Oh my God, that's what I told him, that was a possibility. And he thought for sure you were standing him up. He said, go city.
Oh no, I was out of town. I just kind of missed it. I meant to respond, but no, I really wasn't intentionally ghosting him or anything.
So you're going to call him back?
Yeah, I mean, he was a really nice dude. I would definitely hang out with him again.
So no issues with him, no asparagus issues or anything weird?
Oh, he made a joke about asparagus, which I mean I've not heard before, but it's very educational. So I don't know.
Educational. That's good.
Okay, so it's all good.
Yeah, no, he was really fun actually.
Wow. Okay, this is a lot easier than we thought.
I mean,
This
when
is-
I
this-
told him it may be something just totally normal, I was lying to him when I said that in the beginning. I was
Yeah.
just,
Really is.
yeah.
Brooke is shocked. Right
Yeah, I
now.
am.
I
I'm
know.
like, cool.
Because this never happens.
What do we do? Do we just hang
Well,
out?
I guess this is going to happen earlier than it should, but Ashley, we forgot to tell you that Curtis has been on the phone listening this entire time. He wants to talk to you.
What's up?
Curtis?
Yes. No, I'm thrilled. This is amazing.
Hi.
This is fantastic. What's going on?
This
Ashley?
is cute. Look at
Incredible.
this.
What's up, man? Hi. I can't believe you called the radio, but
Yeah, well, I was a little bit concerned, and I mean, look, full disclosure, guys like me don't end up with girls like you, so I just it was
You're sweet.
All right.
Yeah, I'm beyond super stoked, and I mean,
Well, Curtis, but hold on. Well, You're going to talk yourself out of a date here. Let me just ask her before it gets out of hand. Ashley,
Sure.
would you be willing to go on a second date with Curtis? We'll pay for it.
Yes, I would be willing to do
Oh
that.
my God,
What
this is
is
the
going
cutest.
on?
Amazing.
So fast.
Well, congratulations, Curtis.
Thank you.
You got the easiest second date update we've ever done.
That's
Dude, and she said
amazing.
such nice things about you, Curtis.
I know.
Ooh. Yeah. Wow.
I can't believe you were so nervous about this.
I mean, I was nervous. I guess now I guess I could say, because this is going to happen. I mean, I've been in love with her for 2 years, basically.
What?
And
What? Hold on.
Wait, you said you had never met her before.
I haven't met you.
Well,
Different
like,
person?
the people you might know option on Facebook, that algorithm or whatever, because obviously we have so many mutual friends, your profile came up, and I don't know, I've just been kind of looking at your profile and looking at your pictures in Greece, and you had actually liked KFC and stuff like that, and so I kind of commented on that at the at the
Wait, you made
barbecue.
that comment because I'm on my Facebook that I like KFC. That's why you said that?
Well, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that weird. I mean, ultimately,
But-
everything else
Curtis,
was
you didn't.
organic.
Hold on. You didn't tell us that you had known her before this. You said you
didn't
just
know
met
her.
her.
He knew her Facebook profile.
I knew her
Yeah, I
Facebook
did not
profile.
know him until we met at our friend's party. Curtis, I don't know that I would have told me this if I were you.
Yeah, dude. I feel kind of awkward.
I mean, the thing is, Curtis, what's weird about it is that, why wouldn't you just DM her on Facebook 2 years ago and say, hey, what's up? We have mutual friends. The whole 2 years of looking at her page is kind of creepy, man.
Because it's just a lot different to just DM somebody, especially a chump like me. She'd probably look at my Facebook profile and be like, "Who in the hell is this loser?"
Oh, buddy.
Did you know that she was going to be at that party that your friends were throwing?
I mean, yeah, I figured as much. I mean, I also did check with one of our friends just to be sure, but
No, but that's fine. I mean, it's kind of like a setup, right? If your friend was in on it, it's almost like a setup.
Ashley, how are you feeling hearing all this?
I feel a little weird about it. I wish, full disclosure, you would have just kind of told me that up front, because now it feels like you were hiding it or trying to be someone based on my Facebook profile. And I just, I like you. I wouldn't have thought you were a chump or something. So I don't know. I feel a little weird.
I honestly, Ashley, I don't think that it's that big of a deal. Honestly, I think that social media is a weird thing these days, and people don't know how to navigate it all the time. And he obviously thinks that you're way out of his league.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have mutual friends. There's people that can vouch for him that he's not some stranger that is just stalking you.
That's really fair. You're right. Yeah.
When you're friends with people for years online, I know kids that I'm like, oh, they've grown up so much. I've never even met these people. I sound creepy.
You're following children
I'm
online?
following parents, and they post pics of their kids. Next thing you know, they're 4.
See,
I
Ashley?
remember when they were in
That's
diapers.
a lot stranger
I
than
never
what
met the
Curtis
kid,
is
but
doing.
I see what he's talking about. You know someone, but you don't know
Okay,
them.
everyone's a creep, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I noticed your profile. I really admired you. I didn't, from there, it's you get to a certain point. I don't know. It's just,
No, I understand, and I appreciate you telling me now on the radio.
Yeah, and I promise there's nothing else that I'm hiding that I would drag you onto a radio show for that I haven't told you or anything like that. So
Okay.
Radio thing.
Yeah.
But when you say that, it makes it sound like there is something you're hiding, Curtis.
I promise you, there's nothing.
Okay. Well,
Do we react?
yeah, now I'm
I feel like
I feel like I need to
react.
re-ask the question again
Yeah.
because we have new information than what we had the first
Just
time.
react.
It's over.
Ashley
That's it.
seems cool, man.
Yeah,
React.
I just want to avoid any liabilities on our end.
Yeah.
So,
What?
Ashley, would you like to go out on another date with Curtis? We'll pay for it. Just pretend I didn't ask you the first time.
Yeah, only for one day.
Yeah, yes, I will. Yeah.
Didn't sound
Okay.
too enthusiastic,
Hey,
though.
but it was still a yes. Take it as a win. That's a W, Curtis.
All right. Well,
Yeah, oh no, trust me. I'm yes, amazing. Thank you.
well, wow, this is amazing. This is the first time we've ever had 2 yeses by the same person on a second date.
Good point.
Dude, it's 3 dates now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of breaking the mold here. I'm somewhat of a pioneer.
All right, let's celebrate. Get out the
Pioneer.
asparagus. Come on.
Hey, everybody! Asparagus and oysters.
And just to be clear, the date you guys are paying for is not a KFC, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
All right, it's been almost a year since we've had them on.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time.
Yep, and now they are back once again. Ashley and Curtis are with us today to give us an update on their relationship. How's it going, you guys?
Hi guys, it's
Hey, what's going on? Doing well.
Have you guys been able to manage your fame since being on our show?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I can't
paparazzi everywhere.
Yeah.
So, aside from all the fame that you guys are experiencing, how's the relationship going? Are you guys still together?
Are you married?
Well, we are together. We've been dating since we were on.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I didn't expect that.
That's like a long-term relationship.
That's a lot of KFC dinners that you guys have eaten.
Yeah, only KFC the whole time. That's the only place we go.
So what does that mean? Are you living together? Or are you just, where are you at?
So we've just been dating. We actually just got back from a 2-week-long road trip together. And during the trip, we stopped at my family's house. So he met my parents for the first time.
Oh, that's a big deal.
How did
Do you
that go?
Curtis, do you like her more or less after that experience?
Don't answer that, bro.
I mean, it was a really fun time. Our parents are super nice, awesome.
Nice.
There was some pressure to put a ring on it.
What?
Really?
They were mostly joking. Like, they're kind of old-fashioned. They've seen me get hurt sometimes. They're not super serious about that, I don't think.
But it also means they see you're happy, which is a
Yeah.
good thing. Parents know.
Okay. Is that something that you're open to, Curtis?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see us going down the aisle right now, but it's a long way off.
It's heading that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think we need a little more time, I would say.
Sure. Yeah, no need
Yeah.
to rush it, right?
Forever is a long time, trust me.
Sure.
I mean, for me, I was thinking more along the lines of like 3 or 4 years or so, and like that right around that time. I think we can-
Okay, I have not heard that number, but
That's a little
3 or 4 years until you get engaged? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you don't agree with that, Ashley? You just said you want to take it slow.
well, I haven't heard 3 or 4 years. Like, is that really how long you want to wait for that?
Babe, like, it took me 2 years to even muster up the courage to even ask you out in the first place.
We'll talk about it. Like a happy medium, like a 1.5 year vibe, I think sounds good.
Curtis,
to me.
I think you're just going to end up doing whatever Ashley says. So
Could be very
I think it's
possible.
cute that you have a decision in all of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
you think that. Yeah.
All right. We don't have to decide on a specific date when you're going to get engaged
Yeah.
right now.
All that matters is we're going to go and we're invited.
Yes,
right?
and it's catered by KFC.
Yeah!
Of course.
All right. Well, congratulations. It's good to hear from you two again.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, by the way.
guys.
Oh, yeah. All love, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
for calling.
Keep us updated.
Will do.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The laundromat is a great place to meet women. Great place. Yeah.
How?
You don't even really have to talk to them. You just walk up, start folding their underwear. No. And it's always a conversation starter. Even if they're not there, like say they left the laundromat for a second and you see their stuff's done, you just start folding their undies.
It's always good to probably sniff them, too. That's probably a nice move.
Well,
Well,
you got to make sure they're clean, I guess. I'm assuming that's what Pete did to meet the girl that he met at a laundromat that's not calling him back. Pete, did you use the old I'm going to fold your undies trick or something different?
A little different.
Oh.
Haven't gotten to the underwear part yet.
thank God, Pete. Yeah.
How did you meet this girl at the laundromat?
Well, I'm doing my thing, poured some detergent in the machine, and then I hear this woman's voice say, "You're using way too much detergent."
The
And,
disrespect. How upset were you when she said that to you?
Well, I said, "Yeah, no, I've been doing this a while, so I'm fine. I never have a problem with my laundry. Thank you." And then I turn around, and there she is, and she's really cute.
Okay. Because if she wasn't cute, you'd probably be like, get the hell away from me, lady. Tell me how to do my laundry. Yeah. Be like, you're cute. You're like, oh, well, why don't you just instruct me slowly how to do it in a soft voice?
Yeah, so I didn't mind it when she was giving me advice. And then it occurred to me that she was maybe, I don't know, initiating contact.
Not maybe. That is like a definite she's hitting on you, and she's looking for a way to get in on the conversation.
All right, well, I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree, so.
Okay. So did you finally realize, oh, maybe she's flirting with me and I shouldn't be pissed at her for critiquing?
Yes, yeah. I told her that I'd start taking notes, and if she would continue, giving me a lesson, I was all ears.
That's a ballsy move on her part. I give her props. Was she the one that then asked you out on a date?
No, what happened was our laundry cycles were on the same, time frame. And I realized that, hey, rather than sit around here and watch the laundry dry, why don't we go down the street and grab a drink?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Like-
So you guys went down the street and grabbed a beer or something while you waited for your laundry to finish up.
Yeah. Had a couple beers each, and it was nice, It was easier to talk in a bar. It was like a more familiar environment for me. So,
Did you guys seem to click, though?
yeah, totally. We, hung out there. Then when we went back to the laundromat, we kept talking, and I thought it was going well.
Yeah.
I don't know. She did give me her number.
Okay.
But then, all right. So, truth be told,
You stole her underwear.
there.
You stole her underwear.
Oh, no, Jubal.
You start with truth be told, and you're around her laundry. I know exactly what you're about to say.
No, I didn't make the underwear move then.
What'd you do?
Please
that
tell
was
me at
so
some
dumb?
point you got your hands on her underwear.
No, Jubal.
Get over the underwear,
I
Jubal.
can't.
Like, I don't know why you're so hung up on women's panties.
Because what guy isn't?
Not all of us.
She did. I did see it. I did see it. It was
Nice.
very
All
nice.
right. Sweet.
Oh my god.
Well, anyway, what I was about to tell you was that, we'd had a couple beers, and I thought I'd be funny, and, who knew there was laundry humor? Actually, there probably isn't, but I started making jokes about big loads of laundry and, oversized machines for extra big loads, and...
So you were making, dirty jokes based on laundry terms.
Pretty much the only one I could think of was the big loads.
Why does that? That sounds
Big
even
loads?
worse. That sounds even more creepy than taking her underwear.
I know I shouldn't have done it, but I had a couple of beers in me, and I was a little tipsy, and I thought it would work.
I don't even really get the joke either.
Don't explain it, Jubal.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
explain it.
Loads of laundry.
Yes.
Big loads.
I still don't get.
Oh, Brooke,
All
you're
right.
so blonde
Hey, text
sometimes.
in 78592 in
Brooke.
graphic detail. If you understand what he's joking about, describe it for Brooke. Otherwise, we'll move on. So you were making those jokes.
Well, yeah, I made a few of the jokes, and then, she gives me this weird look, like, are you kidding me? And so I stopped, and...
But she still gave you her number post bad laundry joke.
Actually, let me see. I can't... It might have been before, like, when we were at the bar.
Oh yeah.
So you just have her number. How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your laundry date?
We've actually talked once over the phone.
Okay.
And that went pretty well. So then, like, a couple days later, I texted her, and she didn't reply.
Why would you have her on the phone and not make plans to see each other again? Like, what was the point of the phone call?
Well, we did try to make plans, but she wasn't sure what her schedule was coming up, so we decided to hold off and make plans a little later.
So what do you think the reason is that she's not calling you back?
Well, I'd like to say I had no idea, but it's probably the really crummy jokes I was trying out.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and find out why she's not getting back to you in your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds great, man.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Pete met a girl named Christy at a laundromat. They didn't really have a date scheduled, but they met there. While their laundry was getting done and everything else, they went and had some beers. Pete thinks that she's not calling him back because when they got back to the laundromat, he was a little tipsy and was making jokes about, there's giant loads in there.
Which I cannot believe what that means. That is disgusting.
Yeah, we explained to Brooke what it means. And so he was making jokes like that, and he thinks that kind of turned her off, like maybe it was a bit much.
Yeah.
And I think your problem, Pete, isn't necessarily that you were joking about stuff like that, but you went with that instead of jokes about things getting stiff with starch. You know?
Oh, dude,
That's the comedy gold when it comes to laundromat jokes.
Could have gone that route,
Yeah.
and I didn't.
Would have worked way better for you, man. Yeah, exactly.
Pete, I think that you could be the laundromat creeper and you're just not owning up to it at this point.
I was just tipsy. I'm not weird, really.
Yeah,
Sure.
right. Trust me, if you're making jokes like that at a laundromat to a girl you first met, you're creepy.
Thank you.
I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and find out if that is the reason why, though. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Hi, can I speak to Christy, please?
This is Christy.
Hey, Christy. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Sorry about being so spirited in the, hey, Christy. I didn't mean to freak you out there. How are you doing?
No, who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because you recently had an interaction with one of our listeners, and they emailed us to see if we get a hold of you.
Oh, my God.
And I say interaction because this is less of a date and just more of like you met a guy and he really likes you and is wondering why you're not calling him back. His name is Pete.
Oh, yeah.
You two bonded at a laundromat.
Yeah. He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did. He says that since you guys met at the laundromat, you guys clicked and had a good time, and you've talked a little bit, but now you're not returning any of his phone calls or texts, and he would love to see you again. Is there any reason that you're not calling Pete back?
Oh, I don't think there's a connection.
That's a nice way to put it, you know?
Let me ask you a question then. So you don't think there was a connection. Was it the jokes that he was making after you guys got back from your little break to go get beers? Kind of off-color jokes.
It was definitely it didn't help him.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just got a weird vibe from him.
Okay. Did he come off as creepy? Because when I found out what those jokes were, a guy you just met, that is nasty.
Well, it's more that I don't know him. Everybody tells dirty jokes.
Right.
And it's especially when we start drinking. But then I went home and I did a search for him on my computer and everything changed.
Whoa.
Oh, no, he is creepy, isn't he?
What did you find online that made you change your mind? Now I'm really curious.
Nothing.
Whoa.
What do you mean by that?
He's a vapor. There is nothing about him. It's weird. Everybody has something about themselves.
Wait a minute. You're saying, I thought for sure you were going to say, I found a record where he's not allowed 15 feet near schools or something. You're saying that you are upset that you couldn't find anything at all.
I'm saying it's weird to not have any presence on social media or anything.
Oh,
it's
so
weird.
So he didn't have a Facebook, a Twitter, Instagram, any of that?
None.
And that weirds you out?
I feel like I can't trust a person who has zero presence on the internet. And so I actually asked him, do you have a Facebook? And he said he didn't. And that's when I'm done with him.
What?
Whoa.
Wow, that quick. So that's all it takes with you is to not have a Facebook, and you don't even have a chance, huh?
Somebody who is trying not to be found on the internet has something to hide, and I don't want to find out what they're hiding.
Yeah, I guess I understand. I meet people that are always like, I don't do Facebook. I don't, and I'm always like, what are you? A mass murderer? I can't trust you.
I think this would be like a godsend to find a guy that wasn't on social media at all. The two guys I know that have zero social media presence are both construction worker guys who just aren't around computers very much.
Sketchy construction.
They're not sketchy.
Yep. They're burying bodies. They're burying bodies out there.
Even construction workers go home and get on Facebook and say,
they have better things to do with their time. They're not wasting all their time on social media and stalking people.
Like I said, burying bodies at the construction site.
God.
That's what they're doing.
See?
I'd like to find out what he's hiding. Aren't you a little curious?
No, I don't want to know at all. And I'm worried about it now that we've talked about it.
Do you really think he's a killer or something? What do you think he could
might be?
All right, well,
he hangs out at laundromats.
That is true. He hangs out at He hangs out at laundromats. Doesn't have a Facebook. The guy clearly cannot be trusted. I do appreciate you telling us why you won't call him back, but I do need to let you know that Pete is actually on the other line listening and would love to talk to you.
Seriously?
Yep. Say hi, Pete.
That's the reason you didn't call me back?
Look, I'm sorry you had to hear that, but it's obvious you're hiding something if you don't even have a Facebook I just am not interested.
If you want to get to know me, talk to me. That's how you get to know me.
Well, we did hang out, and what I found out about was how big a loads you think you have. So,
I just think that's
why don't you have a Facebook then?
I don't have one because I don't believe in
Because you're hiding something.
No, I just don't think my opinion matters that much in the greater scheme of things. So why should I blab it about?
You don't think your opinion matters?
Well, I mean, you look at most of the stuff on Facebook, and it's like people are posting things that really don't matter in the big scheme of things.
How do you know what people are putting on Facebook if you don't have one? You're probably one of those weirdos that has a fake account and just watches everybody.
Pete, are you one of those weirdos that just watches people on the internet?
No.
Are you hiding anything?
No.
Are you married or something, Pete? Or,
No, I'm not married.
I don't know.
You're hearing from Pete right now. The reason he doesn't have a Facebook is he just doesn't like it.
It's the 21st century. If you don't have a presence online, you're hiding something, I'm done with this.
What? Did she hang up?
Yeah, she's gone. Hey, Pete, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just...
That was strange.
Yeah, she seems to have a little bit of a complex about people not on social media.
Yeah.
So you're not hiding anything?
No. I mean, I'm not telling everything either,
You're not, what is that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, Pete? Now it does sound shady.
Everybody has secrets, right?
Yeah.
That's part of being a human being, and not everything in my life is everybody's business.
Okay, why are you sounding creepy again, man?
He does sound like Sketchy Pete right
you
now.
You do.
If I was dating Christy, I wouldn't be dating exclusively. Let's put it that way.
Okay. You're still like Pete. You're not helping your case at all. You trying to explain why you don't use Facebook is sounding creepier and creepier by the minute.
See, this is why social media is not good. If you post anything, the other women you're dating, get the wrong idea.
Yeah, get the idea that you're cheating on them.
So Christy was right.
What?
So Christy was right then, Pete.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with dating multiple people?
It's fine if you're honest
fine,
with
yeah.
them, but it's like you're hiding it and then hoping that they don't meet the other person. Like,
No, if I was dating exclusively, I'd tell somebody that, but I don't. I don't date exclusively right now.
But Christy was right. You are hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding it.
Yes, you are. You just admitted to it.
Well, she didn't ask me.
All right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, this girl is crazy. Sometimes people don't have Facebook because they choose not to be a part of the drama that it brings. Wow. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about the second date update. Pete wanted us to call this girl named Christy. He thought he wasn't getting a call back because of a very bad joke he made when they first met at a laundromat. It involved a joke about having big loads.
okay.
And he thought that's the reason she wasn't calling back, but that's not why she wasn't calling back. She wasn't calling back because she looked him up online, like most people do after they meet somebody, and found that he didn't have a Facebook. So she knew that something was wrong, and he was a serial killer or worse.
I feel like I went through so many emotions here because then I was like, well, you're crazy, lady. I mean, that's ridiculous. But then at the end, Pete was all weird and like acting like, well, I'm not telling everything and I wouldn't be dating exclusively.
Yeah, Pete didn't want to have a Facebook because he wants to date around and doesn't want people knowing that he's dating around, I guess.
Yeah.
So he still is hiding something by not having a Facebook. That's why I don't trust people who aren't on social media these days.
I agree with you, Jubal. I don't. You have to have at least one, at least Instagram or Twitter.
Even my grandparents are on social media.
Are they really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
That's impressive.
I know. They friend request me and I always deny it. Like, no.
I just want it to be Granny in a bikini on a beach taking selfies.
Yeah. So if grandparents are on Facebook and you're like young and not on there, then what is wrong with you?
Oh,
I'm
come
always
on.
like, you're hiding something. It's the same thing when I meet people who still have a flip phone.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What is your deal? All right.
You feel like it's some sort of like throwaway phone and they're making deals on the side. Yeah.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week.
Yes.
Just a little ways away at 8:10.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Do you guys know that 1 out of every 10 relationships now starts online?
Really?
Yeah.
According to a fact you just made up?
No, I actually read that one. This is a real fact.
Okay. I'm
Normally,
surprised it's not more.
99% of the things I say is complete made up lies.
Yeah.
But that's actual true. I saw that the other day.
I'm
Anyway.
guessing our next couple met online?
Yes. Colby is on the phone with us right now. Colby emailed us about a girl that he went out with called Pia.
Called Pia?
Well, her name's Pia.
I know.
Yeah, her name.
I shall call you Pia.
Yeah. That's what happens when you name a kid, right? Anyway, Colby, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
How's it going?
Colby.
Tell us about the one called Pia.
Well, I met her online, and I was like, I really want to impress this girl. So I know a little bit about art. Decided I would take her to an art museum, and I'm trying to, explain varieties of art and the purpose behind some things. And then she starts commenting on the art pieces as well. And actually, she knows a lot more about art than I do, which was just really amazing.
Amazing, or did you feel kind of like an idiot in that moment?
It humbled me, and it also it was beautiful. I mean, she herself she's a stunning woman herself. She could easily stand next to some of those art pieces on her own. She's lovely.
Did you know that she knew about art through your online interaction, or did she just kind of spring that on you?
I mean, she said she enjoyed art, but I didn't know that she was, an expert on art. She really knows her stuff.
So what'd you do after you went to the museum?
Well, the museum went really well, so I thought I would try to continue this date and asked her if we could get a couple of drinks, and she seemed game for that. So we went and had a couple of drinks.
And then she hopped behind the bar and started making all the drinks better than the bartender. She's just a big one-upper, isn't she?
Hey, Colby, what was different about this girl? I mean, I assume you've been online dating for a while that stood out to you.
She expressed herself well, very intellectual, got a nice figure, great eyes. She's just stunning.
Nice.
Okay.
So how did everything go when you guys went to go get drinks?
I thought it was awesome. We were laughing, cutting up, a little personal history of each other, a little more so than we shared online, and got a little kiss at the end of the night. Was nice.
Oh, you got a kiss.
I didn't reach for a touch or anything like that, just a little peck and show my respect, but definitely let her know I was interested in seeing her again.
Give her a peck to show your respect.
That's
I like
nice.
that.
I like it.
But so just a standard kiss at the end of a first date. Was there any kind of weird conversation that would lead you to think that she's not getting back to you because of something you said?
Man, nothing at all I picked up on.
So the conversation at the bar was just normal, everyday?
Yeah, family, what do you do? What types of food do you like, etc. Just your basic things. And, man, she ticked all my boxes. I really I'd love to see her again. I've texted her a couple times, and our last correspondence was she said she didn't want to see me, and I just simply said, why?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, what?
So she straight up said she doesn't want to see you.
Correct.
Okay.
No reasons,
Weird.
though. Like, you have
None.
You really honestly have no idea. So are you calling to, convince her otherwise, or?
I kind of need a little bit of help with some closure here, or moving forward a little more. I mean, just the text just didn't seem, I don't know if her ex-boyfriend picked up the phone and texted me in response for her. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good
That's
point.
quite a jump to
it could
conclusion there.
It could happen. You never know. All right. We're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Cool, thanks.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I've got a great feeling about this.
Do you?
Yep, I think this is going to end with a connection, a love connection for Colby.
You are so full of sarcasm. It's
No,
ridiculous.
not at all. These always go so well, and I feel like this one is going to be probably the most magical second date update we've ever had.
Sorry, I was waiting for your heartfelt message about it.
Okay, you don't want to hear that. Colby, are you ready to give Pia a call and see why she basically told you to take a hike?
Oh, definitely. Let's do this, please.
All right, if anybody's just tuning into the second date update, Colby wants us to call this girl Pia he met online. They went to an art exhibit. He found out that she knew actually more about art than he does, which he liked a lot. They went and had drinks, into the night with a kiss. He texted her that he wanted to go out again, and she simply sent him a text back that said to leave her alone. Basically, not in those words, right, Colby?
That's correct, yeah.
And Colby, do you actually really, really dig this girl, or is it one of those things, she dissed you, now you're more into it than you really were to begin with?
Oh, no, I really like her. Otherwise, I wouldn't have contacted you guys.
Okay.
All right, Colby, here we go. We're going to get her on the phone.
Hello?
Hi, is Pia there?
This is she.
Hey, Pia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5. What's going on?
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station Moving 92.5. We do the morning show.
Okay.
How's it going?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of mine, a guy named Colby, who you met online.
What?
Yeah. I know it sounds kind of weird, but Colby said he had a really good time with you, but you sent him a text message that said you're not interested in seeing him again and you don't want him to contact you anymore. Why is that?
We're just not compatible.
Why?
What makes you guys not compatible? He said that you guys both liked art, actually was very impressed with your knowledge of art. He also shared that he enjoyed the conversation you had at the bar and you even ended the night with a kiss.
Pia, the way he painted it was that it was the perfect date.
We're just not compatible. He's a Gemini and I'm a Capricorn, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. And I'm going to stop it before it gets started, and that's why I put an end to it.
Wait, so your reasoning, Pia, is really because of your astrological signs?
Yeah.
They don't mesh?
Pia, are you serious? Pia, I gotta let you know I'm a Gemini. I don't know how this is gonna work out for us on the phone even.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so you guys know that she probably has like mood swings and is irrational sometimes, and sometimes it's probably like we're two different people, right?
Brooke does
Interesting, yeah, so you don't want to date a Gemini. Okay, I guess I get it now.
We're parties. We're parties in a little package, Pia.
You guys are unstable.
So Pia, you don't want to date him because he's a Gemini?
Yes, Geminis and Capricorns do not go at all.
That's it? What? It's just a sign.
Hey, Colby?
Oh my gosh.
I'm shaking my head. Because
He's on the
he
phone?
knows.
Yeah, Pia. Colby was on the other line and he heard everything that you just said.
Oh my God.
Say hi to that dirty little Gemini, Colby, Pia.
I can't believe you. That's ridiculous. Our zodiac sign is the obstacle here.
Okay, and this is a perfect example, Colby. This is a perfect example of your irrational behavior. You're going to call the radio station and put me on the air? That doesn't even make any sense. You're on the other line, and you didn't even say anything. You could have called me and asked me why. You could have left a message, but you're just sending me text messages. You're so indecisive. I just can't. I'm not going to have that in my life, okay? So you need to accept it and deal with it and move on.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Frankly, I'm on Pia's side here. I'm on Pia's side here completely. You are irrational. You're being irrational, and your mood swings and everything else. Pia, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. Colby?
Thank you.
Colby, what do you have to say for yourself?
This is just beyond.
We went on one date, Colby. Like, stop being so sensitive. Are you sure you're not a Pisces?
Wow, Pia.
Wow, she is aggressive.
I mean, she's right about the Pisces. My husband's a Pisces, and he is really sensitive. but no, come on, Pia. Are you being why?
Well, it sounds like you're the professional in zodiac.
Cry me a river, okay?
Pia, don't you think that the zodiac could be kind of like general guidelines, but maybe there's some outliers and some exceptions to the rule?
No.
Oh.
There's no exception to astrological signs.
Wow.
But Pia, are you telling me that you thought that he was just horrible during the date as well and exhibited every horrible sign of a Gemini, and that's why you can't ever be with him? Or you're just predicting things that you don't even know are going to happen?
I didn't think that he was horrible. I said that he was very handsome, and we had a lovely evening, but that's a deal breaker for me because this is a perfect example of the behavior that he will display if we were to continue our relationship together. He's sneaky. He's going behind my back to find things out. He was on the other line. Like, who does that?
Wow.
Wow. Pia, what sign are you supposed to be with?
Yes, please. Tell me that.
Libras, because they're balanced, and Capricorns need somebody very sturdy and reliable, just like ourselves. So that would be my ideal sign.
Colby, do you still want to go out with her again?
Would you?
Yes, I would. But then again, I'm not an irrational Gemini, so that's probably why I would give it another shot. Hey, I'd love to send you guys out on a second date. Would you be interested, either one of you, in going out again? Pia, please, would you go out with Colby one more time? We'll pay for the date.
Are you guys really even asking that question? Did you hear what just happened? Were you listening to anything that I said?
Wow.
Sorry.
It didn't sound that bad to me, really, if I'm being honest.
Well, of course you'd say that. You're probably a Virgo because you're fussy and I can't even handle this anymore. You guys are giving me a headache.
Pia, I am a Virgo.
You are?
Yeah, and I'm not proud of it. I think it's the worst sign out there. I hate it. So.
And you are kind of fussy.
Yeah, so you know you're aggravating.
She is? Are we talking to a psychic?
If you don't have your right amount of chicken breast every day. Or
Pia, how did you not just know we were calling when we called?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
People often talk about the one that got away.
Yeah.
Well, you know, people wouldn't use that expression if they'd be smart about it. And when that one gets away, you hunt them down and catch them. So they'll never leave you again and they will be yours forever.
I feel like that involves duct tape and it shouldn't.
And that's why Craig is on the phone for a second date update today. His email says that he went out with a girl about a year ago, and then she slipped out of his grasp.
Oh, run,
And
girl.
so now he wants to hunt her down and make sure that she never leaves his side again. What's up, Craig?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Good. Are you ready to hunt down the one that got away?
Oh yes, I have to get her. It's just destiny. We were destined to be together.
What are you talking about? She's not. One,
Okay, I was joking around about the creepy
she's
part,
not
but
a
you sound
deer.
you sound just straight up creepy, Craig.
I'm just saying, when you have just the connection that we had, it was so perfect.
Are you screwing with us right now, Craig?
Yeah.
No, honestly, we hung out like a year ago, and then I called her, and she never called me back, and her phone was disconnected, and I just couldn't get in touch with her. And then I randomly see her at a bar. I just saw her hanging out with her friends, and I had to go over there. I had to talk to her.
Okay, Craig, I know that I'm very sarcastic with people and I mess with people a lot, but I feel like now you're screwing with me.
Oh no, it was wonderful. You had to be there. I was at an antique shop.
You were at an antique shop.
Yes, an antique shop.
Okay, so you're saying that's where you met her?
No, I was just collecting some things, and I was at an antique shop.
Okay, help me with this. So you said you went out with her a year ago, and then why are you talking about an antique shop right now?
Because I love antiques, and she loves antiques. That's where I met her. And then I saw her just picking out some things, and I was like, let me help you out. And it was perfect.
What? I am so confused. Did you actually go on a date with this girl a year ago, or did you just talk to her in some random antique shop?
I asked her afterwards if she wanted to get coffee, and she said yes.
Okay.
We're just destined for each other, you guys.
Oh my gosh. You are really creeping me out really bad right now.
How am I creepy? I'm talking to you. That's how I talk.
You're talking about destiny and love over a girl you met a year ago that you had a 15-minute coffee date with.
Yeah, you weren't there. It was amazing. Yeah. It was beautiful.
And by the way, we've had second date updates like this before where someone said, I saw a person walking by, we shared a glance, and I'm in love. And Brooke, you've been like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing.
Right.
So
But you didn't
can't
talk
hate on...
about chasing them down for a whole year and hunting them down in another spot
No,
just
I
to randomly ran
I
into
talked about the hunting down.
I don't know who's talking about what,
Craig
but
never,
I don't like it.
Craig never said he hunted anybody down. Craig, you didn't hunt her down, right?
I Googled her.
Well, everybody,
I wasn't hunting.
Everybody Googles people or Facebook stalks them. You didn't legitimately stalk this person, right?
No. Like I was saying, I Googled her. I went on her Facebook. I looked for her friends, and I just followed her. I mean, it wasn't creepy, though.
You followed her online or in person. Now I'm starting to side with Brooke and say that we can't do the second date update because you're stalking somebody.
I am going with my gut on this one.
I was just walking around, and I happened to see the bar that she usually goes to, and I just stopped by. And that's where I ran into her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because you normally know where a person hangs out all the time when you just go to coffee with them.
Yeah, well, yes, we had a conversation. We talked. Like, I'm not creepy. You're making it sound like I'm creepy. We talked for a while, and we'd go get coffee. She told me her favorite bar, and I thought, hey, maybe she might be there.
Okay. So you didn't fully stalk her. You knew her favorite places to go, and you just went hoping that she would show up.
Yeah, isn't that what we all do?
Okay, so here's going to be the key in this whole puzzle. What was her reaction to seeing you? Because if the feeling's mutual,
great,
I'll give you a pass.
She was very surprised.
In a good way or a bad way?
I believe it was a good way. I mean, she saw me, I bought her a drink, and we talked for an hour.
Okay, so she hung out with you for an hour. All right.
Okay.
To me, that would say that she likes you.
Yes.
At least a little bit.
Thank you.
Or you were following around the bar and you couldn't get away.
Brooke, drop it.
Just say, how was the conversation?
We caught up. I asked what she's been doing for a year, what happened to her phone, how is her friends doing on Facebook.
Well, you asked her all that stuff?
What?
Hold on.
You checked in on her friends on Facebook.
Wait, so you grilled her about where her phone was and her friends on Facebook and everything?
Look, it's not weird. You're making it sound weird. I didn't know how to reach out to her. So that was the best way I could do it because, I had to find out where she was. So I had to talk to her friends on Facebook. But I was very caring and her phone was disconnected. How else was I supposed to reach her?
Okay.
Oh,
well,
my gosh.
Let me ask you this. It's a long story, I know. But how did everything end with her the last time you saw her or talked to her?
Well, the last time I saw her, it ended normally. Right? She said she was going to call me. And then I didn't hear her call. So I decided to call her and her phone was disconnected again.
Her phone is disconnected again.
Yes.
Okay, you guys realize that she's disconnecting her phone because she doesn't want to hear from this weirdo.
No, maybe. That's not true.
You never know. It could be just a wacky coincidence.
No! I am protecting her. I'm thankful that we can't we're not going to be able to get a hold of her. She has a disconnected phone.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Actually, I reached out to one of her friends and she's giving me a different number.
What friend did
So she gave you a different number okay.
Yes.
All right, Craig, well, hold on the phone, okay? We're going to play a song, come back,
Oh, we should
and
not
get
do
your
this.
second date update, all right?
I'm so surprised you're doing this, but thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I feel like doing this is just a public service to help somebody else. All right, hang on the phone.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I have never heard such a beautiful love story
Oh my gosh.
like the one for today's second date update.
I hate
Craig
your sarcasm.
is on the phone with us, and today he wants to call a girl named Jennifer. Craig went out with her about a year ago, and after they went out, somehow her number got changed or disconnected, and he couldn't get a hold of her for a whole year. And then cut to a year later, Craig is at one of the bars that she frequents a lot, and he runs into her.
Oh, what a coincidence.
And then she has drinks with Craig.
Yeah.
And then after that, her number's disconnected again. What a strange coincidence.
It's a mystery.
But Craig didn't let that stop him.
Yeah.
He persevered.
Yes.
He ended up hitting up one of her friends to get her new number, and now we're about to call her and find out why she's not calling Craig back.
Craig, does it maybe dawn on you that she wants nothing to do with you?
She's never said those exact words to me, okay? And I refuse to believe that until she says it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, people change their number all the time. All the time. It's crazy.
So if we make this phone call and she says never talk to me again, you will, honest to God, honor that request.
Of course, I'm not a creepy stalker.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number and get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back.
God bless you.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Hi, is Jennifer there?
This is her.
Hey, Jennifer, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
Good.
What's going on today? How's your day going? Everything cool?
Everything's good.
Wonderful. Just calling to check in.
Is this some kind of joke that you're playing?
Oh,
Nope,
I wish.
it's not a joke at all. You went out on a date with a guy recently, and he liked you so much that he emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you're not calling him back.
Okay. I haven't really been on a date recently, though.
Actually, you know what? This is actually 2 dates you've been out on with this dude.
Who emailed you? Who is this?
Well, I'll start out by saying you went out with him over a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah, and you guys just reconnected. His name is Craig.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God,
No.
I'm so freaking out for you right now.
Oh my God. How the did he get this number? I have a different number. I changed my number.
Yeah, he told us that, actually. He got your number now because apparently he hit up one of your friends on Facebook and they gave him your new number.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. I don't know which friend it is.
We need to find that out.
You need to block them.
I cannot believe someone would give my number out without even asking me.
So I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and just guess that you don't like Craig very much.
That's a good guess. Yes.
Is there a reason why?
I don't know what you know already, but I met him at an antique store, and he was there because he, I guess, also likes antiques. But the entire conversation, I wish that I could remember word for word what exactly he said, but it was so strange. He would ask me about, like, previous relationships were like, and I'd be like, well, this is kind of what has happened in my life. And he'd be like, well, when I'm your boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. Not like if I was your boyfriend, but when I'm your boyfriend. And I was like, okay, that's a little too intense for me, especially in the first half hour of meeting someone.
Jennifer, that's the power of positive thinking. Okay?
No!
You say you're already doing it and you'll do it.
It'll happen.
Why didn't you run just then? I mean, just even those words alone are enough to be a trigger point for me.
It was a trigger for me. And he reached out to me over 70 times through text and Facebook, and then I disconnected my number so that he couldn't get to me through my phone number anymore.
Oh my
Over
gosh,
70
that
times?
is so...
How long of a time span are we talking about? Just like a couple days?
This was over the entire year.
It doesn't
But
matter.
still, that's 70 messages
Yeah,
over the course of a year, all ignored.
That you never replied to.
Nope, not a single reply.
What did you do when you saw him in the bar? I would have pissed myself.
Well, I heard his voice first, and I instantly knew who it was. He was behind me, and he said, "Hey, Jennifer," and I was like, literally, pit of my stomach dropped out because I knew it was him, and I turned around and I didn't know what to do. I'm sure my face was pure shock.
Oh my God, and terror.
Oh my God.
Because I didn't know what to do, so I just said hi, and then he sat down next to me, and he sat there for almost an hour talking to me.
Yeah.
Right,
And then luckily I was meeting someone, and they showed up, and we left and went to a different place.
Yeah, because it's not like you can just leave the bar. He's going to follow you, and then that's even creepier because you're in a back alley somewhere with him.
Hey, where you going?
Exactly.
Here's my question, though, Jennifer. Why did you give him your number again?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Jennifer?
Well, I didn't know what to do because I felt like those sorts of situations, I'm very uncomfortable because I hate to say no to people. So I was like, I'm going to see him again. Is it going to be more awkward if I don't give him my number and I turn him down at this bar in front of everyone? Or should I just give him my number and then avoid him like I did last time and just ignore the situation, which is probably not the healthiest approach, but I wasn't sure what to do.
Hey, I don't blame you. Whatever you needed to do to get out of it, I am fully supportive of you.
So basically, he's a weirdo who loves himself some Jennifer, and Jennifer does not love herself some Craig.
No, I do not love myself from Craig.
Jennifer, I need to let you know he is on the other line listening to this conversation.
Sorry.
What?
And he wants to talk to you, but
Oh, my God.
I will not put him on the phone unless you want to talk to him. Because at this point, I feel like he could be a weird stalker dude. You make the call on that. I could just hang up on him, or if you want to just tell him off one last time, you can. It's up to you.
I mean, I guess at this point, I guess he heard everything, which is what I was kind of avoiding. So maybe I should just tell him. This is at least not face to face. I'm not afraid of him. Not afraid of him on the phone with you guys.
Yeah, don't hang up on the crazy stalker.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to make him angry.
Craig?
Right?
Craig, are you there?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Craig.
Craig.
Craig, did you hear what Jennifer was saying?
I heard. Maybe I did something wrong.
Maybe.
Jennifer, hi. How you doing?
Hi, Craig.
It's great hearing your voice again. I'm so glad I got in touch with you.
Oh my God.
Okay, listen, I honestly don't know what to say to you. When I saw you at the bar, I was a little overwhelmed and shocked because I've been avoiding you, and I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but you're very intense, and maybe someone will appreciate that intensity. I do not, however. I find it to be very odd, and it's a little overwhelming.
But we got coffee. We had a good time.
I'm not saying that we didn't. It was nice chatting with you. It was fine, but I'm not interested in you, and I will never, ever, ever want to date you. Ever. Not going to happen.
That's really clear, Craig. You cannot mishear that.
I don't understand. I mean, we had a great time. You were there. I was there. We got a drink. Like, I don't, how?
You're too intense. I changed my number twice so that you could not get a hold of me.
I thought something just happened to your phone and you had to change your line.
Nope. That was me. On purpose.
So you don't want to date me?
No, I do not. At all.
You know what, Jennifer? You're being very clear, and obviously you don't want to date or get more coffee. So I'll leave you alone. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Are you serious about that, Craig?
Yeah. I mean, if she don't want me to bother her, she just told me. She didn't have to change her number twice.
What? So you're what, like a reasonable crazy person?
Yeah, I'm not a crazy person. You never said nothing to me.
She didn't respond over 70 times.
I thought you were busy. If she would have said she didn't want to see me, I would have stopped.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I would have known that. That's a lot easier than what I was doing.
See?
Oh my gosh.
Craig, I just need to ask again. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't get clarification again. You're over it, then you're not going to try to hit her up anymore.
Yeah, she has nothing to worry about. She wants Craig out of her life. Craig's out of her life.
Okay.
Wow. Well,
I almost believe him.
I guess I'm glad. I'm sorry, but I think this was for the best.
Jennifer, for future reference, if you don't want to deal with men, just tell them. You know what they'll do? They'll leave you alone.
Okay. Good advice.
Yeah. I'd still be changing your number one more time, Jennifer.
I might, actually.
Craig, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date out of the deal, but at least now you're free to move on.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I spent my whole year looking for her. I feel so stupid.
Oh, my God.
I think we all kind of do, Craig. I think we all kind of do.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, this is why communication is important, people. Tell people how you feel. Don't avoid the truth. And you won't have crazy stalkers or unresolved feelings.
Yeah, because it's
Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update.
Oh, my God.
Craig is kind of a weird dude. Let's be honest about that. But Craig wanted to call a girl named Jennifer. They met about a year ago, and he has been in love with her ever since. And he finally reconnected with her, probably because he stalked her online and found out where she was.
And by probably you mean exactly why, after she changed her number twice and tried to get away from him.
Yep, and he kept bugging her to meet up and go out, and she wasn't responding to anything, so we got the two on the phone. He was he's creepy, okay, I get that, but she said, look, I'm not interested in you, and then he goes, oh, you should have just said so.
Yeah.
So her mistake. Changing the number and everything else should have been a clue that she wasn't interested, but she never outright said to him, I don't want to go out with you. She just avoided him, changed her number, and he didn't get it for whatever reason. So she said that to him at the end, and he was like, oh, yeah, cool. That's all you needed to say. You should have just been honest, because I thought maybe it was an accident that you changed your number and didn't let me know.
I love how people are texting in, oh, it's totally Jennifer's fault for having a crazy stalker. Yeah, because she wasn't clear with the way she felt. No, they had coffee for 15 minutes, people.
Well,
this guy is creepy, and she still needs to do some sort of I don't know, go into hiding.
He sounded perfectly rational at the end. He said,
I think he'd be a good guy to date, because if you ever go missing, he will keep looking for you.
He will find you.
He knows and has closure, right?
He will find you. He all he needed was a little bit of closure.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, fine, I'm done. Screw you for not being honest. I wasted 2 years investing in this relationship. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. And I hope we all learned a lesson about honesty today.
That is not the lesson.
Be honest.
Moving 92.5.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Not only does today's second dater think he knows exactly what he did wrong on his date, all of his friends are telling him that he did something very wrong.
Uh-oh.
Alex, how are you?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Thanks for your email. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Oh.
Or my pain.
Oh.
What?
My pleasure, my pain.
Alex isn't getting a call back from a girl named Courtney. And Alex, tell us about Courtney and your date.
Well, we met on eHarmony, and I've done online dates before, so I know that they can be kind of awkward. So this time I tried to, alleviate some of the pressure and go to, a lunch date.
Okay.
And we went to Panera.
Oh, yeah. I don't like it. But
I like Panera.
That's a strong reaction, Jubal.
So you went there and you had food.
Well, it seemed to be good in that, I didn't feel much pressure on me, and she didn't seem to feel much pressure on her. We were chatting, and we talked about hobbies. Obviously, one of my hobbies got mentioned. I don't know if you've been to a Comic-Con before, but
I haven't.
Pretty fun.
They look like actually they do look like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun hobby, and I figure you're supposed to talk about hobbies on the date. So
The Big Bang Theory is the most popular show on television.
Yeah.
Nerds are very in.
It is very popular right now. It's chic, Alex, to be a nerd.
yeah, but I thought it was pretty good talk we had, and better than usual, I would say, for other online dates that I've been on.
Can I just ask one personal nerdy question, Alex? I got to know, what do you dress up when you go to Comic-Con as?
Well, there's an X-Men named Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
Gambit?
Nice. I love
That's awesome.
Gambit.
The guy that throws the cards, right?
Yeah. Is that Gambit?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, I don't want to brag, but when I go as Gambit, I go all out. Trench coat, purple abs, the oversized playing cards, pretty much have it all.
All right.
Do you do the thick Cajun accent as well?
I try to. I guess it's hard to maintain, but I do my best.
Full character, though. Nice.
Awesome.
Now, when you told her that you dress up and go to Comic-Con, did she seem weird about it?
I don't think she did. I think she, if anything, I guess maybe I'm having difficulty reading her, and that's why she's not writing or calling back. But I thought it was just like a regular conversation topic. It's just that when I mentioned it to my friends, they're like, "Oh, that's the problem."
When you ended the date with her, was everything good? Did it seem like there would be a second date?
It seemed like it. I mean, it wasn't like a real romantic in the middle of the day, so I just sort of gave her a peck on the cheek, but she didn't seem to push away.
Well, that's good.
It was like when she was walking away, you just snatched a peck on the cheek and then ran away.
Drive-by kiss.
Yeah, so she was there for the peck on the cheek. She liked it.
In my view, she did.
Okay.
She didn't resist.
Who could resist you, Alex?
Oh, yeah. You sure you're not leaving anything out, Alex?
Not that I can think of.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
Well, I don't want to be too obsessive, so I just left a message and then called at a different time and didn't leave a message, and then I sent a couple of texts, but the texts were in succession.
All right, Gambit, well, hang on. We're going to play a song, come back, and get your superpowered second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, man, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Alex?
Yep.
If this second date update doesn't work out for you, trust me, there are plenty of girls out there who would love to date a guy who dresses up in costume at Comic-Con. Lots of texting at 78592 saying they would love to meet you and go out with you.
Cool.
I will even strictly address you as Gambit or Remy LeBeau from here on out.
How excited he got.
Oh, hey.
Alex is on the phone with us right now about to do a second date update. He emailed us about a girl he met named Courtney. Courtney isn't giving him a call back after their date. They went to Panera Bread for lunch. He thinks he made a mistake when he told her that he dresses up as Gambit for Comic-Con. And all of his friends agree with him and said, dude, you shouldn't have told her that. She's going to think you're a nerdy guy and not want to date you. I have a hard time believing that would scare a girl away, just knowing that you do that. Because like I said, at least you're passionate about something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Alex, we're going to give her a call right now. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Courtney, please?
Hi, Hi, this is Courtney.
Hey, Courtney, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
Sorry?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station Moving 92.5. You got a second?
Sorry, what's this about?
I don't know. Do you listen to the show at all, Courtney? Have you heard the second date update before?
Yes, sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. You recently went out on a date with one of our listeners who wants to do a second date update on you.
Oh, geez. Okay.
His name is Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been on many dates other than with Alex lately?
Not really, but...
Did you like Alex? Did you enjoy your date?
Oh, well, he's really nice. This is really weird. This is really strange.
Courtney, let me ask you a question. Alex talked to us, and he shared with us that he thinks the fact that he told you that he dresses up for Comic-Con might have been a turnoff for you.
Oh, he is... I don't know. I didn't really know what it was, and he was trying to tell me about it, and I went home and I just Googled it because I didn't really know what he was talking about.
Uh-huh.
And it's like grown adult people like, dressing in costumes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's fun for some people, but it was like really strange. Like he like let off with that. Like, by the way, I'm really into Comic-Con, and I don't know. He was like showing me this costume of somebody like I've literally never heard of, and it's just the strangest thing in the world.
Okay, so that was it then. He's like just too into Comic-Con and comic books and dressing up as characters for you?
Well, that's mean to say like that's it. Like, you know, if one hobby, like no, thank you. I mean, right?
So you just didn't like him?
No. I like him. I totally think he's like really sweet. I really don't want to say anything bad about him, like especially on the radio, you know?
Do you have bad things to say?
No. I don't want to say something that's not nice.
Well, if it's not that bad, he's the one that wants to know anyway. So you're kind of doing him a favor by letting him know if he screwed up on the date in some way.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't do anything, like, he didn't screw up. He wasn't mean to me.
Well, what was it, though, that turned you off?
Well, I mean, it was awkward. He shows up, like, we went just for, like, a quick lunch, like, totally informal.
He told me, Panera Bread.
Hey.
You lucky lady.
5-star.
Yeah, Panera, it was, I don't know, it's like it's a neutral location in the middle of the day, right? So, but he like shows up, and I feel really bad that I just laughed about this, but he's wearing these like denim shorts that I haven't seen since like since I was like a kid.
He's wearing like little denim jean shorts?
No, they were like little. Do you remember those like Jenko shorts from like early 90s? Like,
oh, yeah.
They were awful. It was so funny, and I just was like, I was a little surprised. I'm a terrible person for laughing at
For
that.
making fun of his fashion?
No, I don't know. He just seemed kind of, I don't know, like he didn't have to work that hard to impress me. Like, I just feel like he was trying to put on this like macho-y kind of thing, and
He was trying to be macho?
I don't know, he was just saying like weird stuff. Like he kept making jokes, and I was laughing at some of them, but like he was laughing really hard at some, like you know, just like over and over. And I don't know, just the laughing and the comments were just too much.
Like, what comments would he make? I'm just curious because I want it for my own mental picture.
He kept talking about like his work and stuff, and then every time he would like talk about somebody doing something stupid, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, like bitches be crazy." And I'm staring at this guy going, like, "Why are you saying that?"
So he tags his joke with "bitches be crazy." Oh, that's awesome.
It was a little weird. I didn't expect him to talk like that.
See, now I'm picturing him just cracking up in front of a bread bowl full of chili at Panera Bread. Just, bitches be crazy, right?
This date is going awesome.
Hey, Courtney.
Yeah.
Alex is actually on the other line.
Are you serious?
Listening to this phone call.
Hey, Courtney.
Oh my God.
So,
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I just said that.
well, I didn't know you didn't, you just, I didn't think the jean shorts were that bad.
It's just not sexy. You know?
I mean, I don't have like the best fashion sense, but it's like, it doesn't really matter.
As a guy who's into fashion, Alex, sometimes I wear some things that people don't understand either. You just got to go with it and be yourself. Wear it with confidence. So you wear those jean shorts whenever you want to.
That's all it's about. I mean, I think Macklemore had a whole song about it. Wear whatever you want.
Yeah, no, those jean shorts can never see the light of day again.
Oh, come on.
They were that bad, huh?
Come on, Courtney.
It's so sweet, but they're that bad.
So, Courtney, Alex didn't necessarily do anything wrong. He just isn't attractive to you because he dresses funny and he laughs at his own jokes and he has a catchphrase that he uses, bitches be crazy, after everything.
I don't always use that. It was relevant at the time.
How many times did you say it, Alex? Do you remember?
I don't even remember saying it, but I mean, I guess I may have said it. I've said it before, I suppose. It's like
About 4 times.
hashtag, you know?
It's like a hashtag.
That's a verbal hashtag.
Courtney, I liked you. Maybe I was nervous because I thought we had a connection. I thought you liked me back, too.
Oh.
Courtney, is there any way that I could convince you to go out with Alex again and give him one more shot?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He sounds like a nice guy. He just can't dress very well. Yeah. And we can get him to lay off the bitches be crazy line, even though I like it.
Yeah.
Will you go out with him again? We will pay for a second date.
You know, I feel so bad that I just said all that stuff. Alex, you're such a great guy. I just don't think I'm the girl for you. I just didn't really click with a lot of the jokes, and, you know, I don't really understand all the, like, sci-fi references, and I'm really sorry.
Oh, man.
Alex, you need a girl who's a little more your speed. Someone who's into jean shorts, Panera Bread, and great one-liners.
Well, bitches be crazy.
Yeah!
Alex, there you go.
Never change, man. Never change.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We've done a lot of second date updates where someone's tried to joke around and it's gone really bad, but I don't think anything is worse than today's. A dude named Evan is on the phone for a second date update, and his joke went really, really bad.
Oh, no.
What's up, Evan? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing better now.
Congratulations on the biggest joke fail in a second date update we've had so far. So good work.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I can't even imagine what you're joking about, like dead puppies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have some class where, we're not crazy.
There was death involved, though. We'll get to that in just a second.
Okay.
But first, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Okay.
All right. And where did you meet Vanessa?
Just off of a dating site.
Okay.
How are you feeling going into this date?
Oh, I was feeling great. There was some initial chemistry, just kind of chatting online back and forth and talking on the phone a bit. And when I saw her picture, she has the most real lips I've ever seen. I don't know if that makes any sense when I say that.
Not really.
But,
Not really.
I mean, I just picture like anti-Kardashian lip, but that's all.
I mean, it's just like there's just way too much plastic surgery out there, I think, on the street.
There's a lot of big fake lips, big fake butts out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you liked her real lips. Did you like anything else about her?
I mean, everything was working for me. She was a great conversationalist for sure, but unfortunately the conversation got interrupted. So we're at this open air restaurant, and they have little bits of bread and olive oil and Parmesan cheese you can kind of dip in and whatnot.
Ooh, that always means it's a fancy place.
Yeah,
If you're dipping bread in olive oil, you know you're paying a little bit more.
Nice.
And we're starting to settle in, and there's this one fly that just does not leave our table alone. And at first it's like landing just here and there and like, no big deal. It starts getting a little persistent and it's like flying around my face a bit, like buzzing by my ear.
There's nothing more annoying than a fly that won't leave you alone.
Yeah, and they're so gross to me.
Mm-hmm.
So while we were waiting around, I thought it would be funny if I like bit at the fly, to bring a little humor in like a dog would, like,
Right.
they snap at,
Yeah, like the flies flying around a dog. They always try to catch it with their mouth. Okay.
Bite it.
I guess that'd be funny.
I think it's funny, the visual.
Yeah, but not during a date. It sounds really unattractive, but continue.
No, I mean, we're goofing around a bit. It's no big deal. So I go and do it, and the first time I go to do it, I actually catch the fly and bite it in half. I kid you not.
That is
so gross,
disgusting.
What did you do?
Yeah, it was rough.
It's gross, but also talented. Like, did you even know that you could do that?
I didn't. It was like an awakening moment, and I'm like, wow.
Oh my god! What happened? What did you do?
Well, the rough part was it was kind of a bigger fly.
Oh, so you're mad because you ruined your appetite.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are at dinner, you ruined your appetite, and then the whole date went horrible.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was so bad from there. It wasn't even like a fast downhill. It was this slow burning, like trying to save the date for another hour, and it's like, what am I doing?
It must have looked like you did it on purpose. You know?
Yeah. And the fly's head lands like perfectly on this white tablecloth.
Oh my god, I'm so grossed out
And
right
it's
now.
still kind of like rigor mortis, whatever, like pushing around. And after realizing that I had done that and realizing the other half of the fly is in my mouth still, and I'm like, oh, I need to get rid of this. I really just want to spit this out. That's going to make it even worse. And I just like...
Yeah, that's a tough position to be in. It's like, do I spit it out or do I swallow it? Neither of those is a good solution.
Lose.
With these sort of weird pursed lips, I kind of say, excuse me. And like, I go to the bathroom, I wash my mouth out a bit.
Oh my god. That is the most calm reaction, I think, of anyone doing that I could have ever... Like, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Like, I thought for sure she wouldn't think that it's on purpose.
Inside, I was panicking, don't get me wrong, and time was going by so slowly.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, God.
Oh, what did she say?
At first, like, when it actually happened, she was just like, just this look of shock and like...
Well, yeah, it's like, what kind of monster am I on a date with?
Exactly, right? Like, who's this freak?
Why did you feel like you had to play it off? Like, why wouldn't you freak out? She was obviously freaking out. I'm freaking out just even hearing the story.
Yeah, but it was kind of crowded, and there were all these other people around, and I just knew it was going to get worse if I,
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So after I went to the bathroom, I came back, and I tried to make a joke about the whole thing, and I said, well, at least Mr. Miyagi would be proud.
That's cool.
Yeah, right. That's
Make
what
it
I
light?
should have heard, all that laughter, and I heard nothing, just this look of, huh?
She didn't get your joke?
Yeah, maybe she just didn't understand it.
No, she doesn't know Karate Kid.
Yeah, that is like a 30-year-old movie.
Right. It's a pretty dated joke.
So from the fly incident to that red flag, because if you can't get the reference, I mean, come on.
Yeah, then she's just like, who's this Mr. Miyagi guy?
Are you
And why would he be proud of you?
And I'm like, oh, well, there's this real popular movie back in the day, and then like some awkward conversation after that.
Yeah.
We tried to pick up back our menus and tried to like pick up, but like the appetite was just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got like one more drink and then bounced out, and like she came up and she initiated this hug, and I was like, oh, whoa, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it was a very much like, here's the hug, bye.
Yeah, she's not interested in a kiss, for sure.
Yeah, nobody's going to kiss a fly eater.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just trying to see if I could get you guys to get in touch with her, help me out some way, and just like, can I just have a redo? Can we just pretend that never happened?
Yeah.
You know?
And has she talked to you at all since your date?
No, not a thing.
Nothing. All right, cool. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Great.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
How's that old nursery rhyme go? I know an old lady who swallowed a fly. Don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die.
Yeah.
Well, I know a second dater who swallowed a fly. And who knows why he swallowed a fly? Because he's an effing animal. That's why. Because he's a maniac. And his name is Evan, and he's on the phone with us right now. And yes, Evan bit the head off a fly on his first date.
Savage.
If you're just tuning in, I need to explain a little bit because you're probably like, what?
Yeah.
He was at dinner with his date, and there was a fly buzzing around his head, so he thought, I'm going to joke around and try to, like, nip at it, like how dogs do. And then he did, and he actually caught the fly.
Oh, my God.
And then bit it in half, and I guess one part of the fly fell down to the table, the other one stayed in his mouth.
Oh.
He ran to the restroom, cleaned out his mouth, probably should have just jumped off the top of the building. But anyway, cleaned out his mouth, went back to the table, tried to explain it, and his date wasn't really feeling him after that. So now we're about to get her on the phone and see if he can get a redo. All right, Evan, you animal.
Yeah.
Are you you ready to give her a call?
Let's do it, man.
Oh my God. I really think that your mistake wasn't the accidental fly biting. It was the calm reaction you had afterwards that made you feel more like a serial killer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, slowly biting the head off a fly and then staring her directly in the eye the whole time. That's pretty cold.
No, I didn't stare her down. Oh, come on.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can help you out. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Vanessa, please?
this is Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What's Brooke and Juba?
That's a good question. It's a radio show.
Okay.
Okay. It airs on radio stations.
Like most radio
Yep.
shows.
Okay.
Appropriate place for it to be.
Why are you calling?
Well, I'm calling because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and figure out why. And we got an email about you from a listener. His name is Evan.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
He's probably hard to forget.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a thing with flies, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We actually talked to Evan about that date where he accidentally bit a fly in half.
Oh, God, it's so gross.
Have you been referring to him as Fly Guy this whole time?
Somewhat, but I kind of don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, it's probably a place you want to
Yeah.
bury deep, dark in your head so you don't have to think about it.
I'll try not to remember it.
Yeah, he told us about your date, said that he really liked you, and he was just trying to joke around when that happened, but he understands that, like, you know, it'd obviously be disgusting to sit across from somebody on a date and have them munch into an insect that they, like, didn't order off the menu.
Right.
And he's wondering why you're not calling him back or texting him back.
It's not so much about the fly. I mean, yeah, that's gross and whatever, but the guy is, like, really kind of rude and full of himself. I mean, he, like, pop culture shamed me, I guess is what you might want to say.
Pop culture shamed you?
He did tell us that he tried to tell you a Karate Kid joke and you didn't get the reference.
Right. There was some Mr. Nagi, Shuggy...
Mr. Miyagi. It's from the movie Karate Kid back in the 80s.
What's the name?
Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, that's the name. So I'm sitting in the restaurant, and it was starting to get really awkward because he was, like, yelling at me because I haven't seen some ancient film, and he just wouldn't go on and on about it. I felt really uncomfortable. It really was making me feel bad.
As it should. Like, no person should be on a date and be made to feel stupid. Like, he was so condescending.
And I'm thinking, this is supposed to be a nice, romantic date, and this guy is just sitting here grilling me about these 80s movies and the fact that I didn't see them, and it makes me feel bad.
Yeah, I have seen people treat other people as really stupid when they don't get pop culture references.
Yeah, I really take offense to that, and it didn't just stop with that one movie. He kept making other references, like Beverly Hills Cop was like another one. I don't remember that one.
Okay, I want to shame you right now because that was a great movie series.
I don't remember.
Yeah, now I'm
anything about
mad.
it either. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so old. I have no interest in seeing these movies, and you know what? I don't even think they're probably funny either. So
Not funny? Are you out of your mind? What do you mean not funny? They're hilarious.
But, yeah, Evan, hang on a second. Vanessa, that's Evan. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, and usually you're supposed to wait until I bring you into the conversation, but apparently Evan couldn't wait.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but just, like, I don't get this. Like, how can you, like, A, not know that many of them, and B,
oh my God, here we go again. Why is it a law or something? I'm supposed to know all these things.
It's not a law. I'm just, like, shocked, and it's just, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm sure there's things, like, I don't know about your world that you'd be like, oh, come on. I mean, I'm not trying to, like, make you feel bad. It's just, like...
You are making me feel bad.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, that sounded sincere. Wow. That sounded real sincere. Wow.
I mean, I'm really not. It's just like...
Yeah, I got that. I was also being sarcastic.
You're posting a judgment on me. You are. You're being very judgmental. Oh, wow, I can't believe this person did. So it's all the world according to Evan. Like, you don't have room for another person for a relationship if this is the way you're going to behave.
Well, I mean, if you watch the movies, you'd change your mind.
Evan, why are you so hung up on comedies and films from the late 80s, early 90s?
I'm not hung up on them. I've seen other movies since then, but, like, those are just gems of cinema.
Evan, come on. I mean, they're just movies. Don't you think you're overreacting?
These are classic movies that you just need to see, like, just as a person growing up in America. Like, and yeah, if you were, like, 2 or whatever when they came out, then, like, go rent them or whatever and watch them.
Are you really this fired up about it, Evan?
I mean, I'm sorry, but who doesn't know Back to the Future?
Probably a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm married to one, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he literally, every pop culture reference is lost to my husband, and guess what? I can still love him.
I'm sure it really bugs you, doesn't it?
It doesn't at all, but he does miss a lot of jokes because of it. I will say that.
See?
Vanessa, are you still there?
This is just so ridiculous. Evan, you know it was actually a date, and you really weren't treating me right. So a little advice to your future dates, don't be so judgmental if somebody doesn't remember or know of all the movies in your arsenal that you insist that they know in order to be an American. I mean, it's crazy.
It's not like all of them, but those are in anybody's basic.
Oh, my God,
movie
I gotta
repertoire.
go. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care about your damn movies and whoever karates and police movies and whatever the hell it is, all right?
Just one question. Tell me you've seen Home Alone.
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God, what the
Now I'm losing it.
Yeah, that's it.
Macaulay and Culkin?
Okay, Evan, I'm out.
You're living a broken life, Vanessa.
I think she hung up.
Hello, Vanessa. Did you hang up? Yeah, I think so. Evan, are you still there? Or did you hang up too? Now are you pissed about that?
I'm here, man. Yeah.
Well, Evan, I have to ask anyway, even though she hung up. Vanessa, would you like to go on a second date with Evan? We will pay for it. No, thank you, sir. Sorry, Evan. She said no. If you didn't hear that.
Well, fine. I don't want to go out with you anyway, you shut in.
I'm so sorry you had to go out with that psycho.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Dude, Evan, why wouldn't you use that as like an opening to say, hey, that's awesome you haven't seen those. I can watch them with you next time.
I mean, I started out that way, but after like the first one or two where she's like, yeah, I don't know about that. Weren't the 80s a long time ago? Like, just that crap? Like, that was it just fired me up, man. Like,
I couldn't tell.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hide it well.
You don't know those movies? That's like the same as not knowing that Bill Clinton was president and that he got a in the office.
I don't think so.
Explain to me that you don't know that.
Wait, what? That happened, Evan? I had no idea.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text message in at 78592 that says, it blows me away that eating a fly wasn't the worst thing that dude did on his date.
Seriously.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning, talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this guy, Evan, tried to make his date, Vanessa, laugh by pretending to chomp at a fly as it was buzzing around their table, and he accidentally caught it with his teeth and then bit it in half. And when we called Vanessa, she told us that Evan shamed her for not understanding a joke that he made about Mr. Miyagi, because there's a catching a fly thing in The Karate Kid, if you've ever seen that movie. And he was upset, and he said that she's ridiculous because she's never seen Karate Kid and a few other popular 80s films. He was very upset about it. And there was no second date.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to find another movie lover, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, just email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
For today's second date update, a listener named Drew is on the phone.
And he says he had a very awkward first date with the girl that he wants to call today, although I don't know why it's awkward. It sounds amazing to me. His email said she didn't say a word. So, dude, I would love that. No conversation at all. That sounds amazing, Drew. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Oh my God, even just Jubal's short description of that,
That sounds terrible.
It sounds awful.
Yeah, it was very, very, very strange. I mean, I guess I should start from the beginning.
Yeah, or just tell people how they can get this girl's number so they can go out with her. They're interested in someone who doesn't need to waste time with words on a first date, you know?
You are the only one that hates talking.
No, I know. Well, it got built up to like such a big point, but so I started talking to this girl named Bonnie off of like an online dating site.
Okay.
And we're just like chatting, just, you know, like, how are you? Did you see this movie? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, normal, like, run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, just like a typical whatever.
Okay.
And then, like, after a few weeks, we're like, okay, maybe we should talk on the phone. And nothing changed from, like, transferring it over from text to talking.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so we decided to meet each other in person. We're like, okay, we need to just do this. We need to see each other, whatever.
Yeah, what took so long? Why were you waiting so long?
I don't know. Like, we just kind of, like, you know, scheduling conflicts. I would be busy. She would be busy, you know.
Okay, so you finally figured it out, and what did you do?
Well, so we were like, you know, let's meet. And she texts me like an hour before we're supposed to meet up and says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I double booked myself. I was supposed to do this thing for my job, and I'm sorry I can't meet up. I was like, okay, you know, like, no problem. So then we planned to hang out a couple of days later. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sick.
Wait, this is the second time she's bailed.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, now it starts to sound kind of like a scam. Like, you know.
Like she's just blowing you off and never actually wants to get together.
Yeah, but then I'm like, if you want to blow me off, then just blow me off.
Right, because she's investing a lot of time talking to you and texting with you. It's almost like you guys are in a relationship before you even went out on a date.
Yeah, and, you know, I honestly was falling for her really hard. I was still, like, kind of in that, like, enamored phase. Like, I'll still have hope that she still wants to see me, whatever. And then we finally decide on a third time to actually go out on a date. And she shows up with this index card that says, I'm sorry, I can't talk. My voice is gone.
Oh my
So she,
Oh my God,
she actually showed up to your date and she couldn't speak.
I've never. It was like a David Lynch movie or something. I just didn't know how to react to it. I was just like, what the?
Yeah, why even show up?
Well, I mean, she didn't want to cancel on him again because she's already canceled twice. I think that it's nice that she followed through, but she didn't give you a heads up before that?
No, that's, honestly, like if someone shows up with an index card, like that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the thing is that she's actually gorgeous.
Okay.
It's just this weird thing where, like, I just kept talking to, like, I tried to talk my way out of it.
So your whole date was her sitting there and you talking to her, trying to have a conversation with.
She would nod. And then I'd be like, well, don't you want to just, like, go home if you're sick or whatever the heck is going on right now? And then she wrote, yes, sorry.
Okay. Well, I would think it's a good thing for you that she wanted you to know she was interested enough to still go on a date when she couldn't talk to you.
Well, I mean, can't she just text me then? Why are we using index cards and wasting paper? Like,
obviously, she already canceled on you twice. If she cancels on you a third time, then you're going to think that she's lying or she's catfishing you, and you're not going to ever talk to her again. Of course she had to go out on the date.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't have gone on the date, but, like, it wasn't enjoyable. I was just literally just blabbing, like, just on and on and on and on.
Okay.
Well, I don't
so
get
why
it.
do you want to call her for a second date then?
Well, the reason that I want to call her is because I don't know if she's telling the truth or not.
Oh, you think that the index card was a lie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think it's a lie? Why do you think she didn't want to talk to you?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that she might be, like, hiding something. I have no idea.
When's the last time you heard, well, I don't know if you heard anything, but when's the last time you guys talked or typed, whatever you do?
Not since the date. I haven't heard from her.
So you guys went from talking every day to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, whatever is wrong with her voice obviously has affected her texting.
It's affected her texting fingers, too. She can't even type to you.
I just want to figure it out. I just want to know.
Okay. Well, play a song, then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys.
if she's talking. We'll
Yeah,
see.
right? That would be kind of a bad part for us.
We'll do it next. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Drew is on the phone, and I'm really pulling for Drew today because I think that he went out with wife material, for sure. Because he went out on a date with a girl, didn't say a word the whole time.
That's not a good thing, man.
Yeah,
Apparently, she had something. She was sick and she couldn't speak. So when she showed up to the date, she actually had an index card written on it that said, "Hey, I have no voice." And they sat there for a little while. He did all of the talking and then said, "If you're sick, you should go home." And she wrote on her little index card, "Yes." And then she went home, and he hasn't heard from her since. More than anything, though, he just wants answers because he feels like she was faking. Drew, are you ready to give her a call?
Yeah, man. I'm just worried I'm being catfished somehow.
How are you being catfish when you've seen her in person? You guys have talked on the phone. Like, what is the catfish? She's suddenly going to have a man voice, and now that's even being considered catfish?
I don't know. Maybe her twin sister is in jail and they have different voices and she's leaving. I have no idea.
You really thought into
jaded,
it.
man. You
Yeah.
are super jaded. I feel like you need to take a break from internet dating.
I don't know. That'd be kind of
Well, I'm going to, but I need to solve this case.
I'm pulling for the twin sister in jail story. That would be
awesome.
great for the show.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, see, I just want to know. I just want to know.
Okay.
Okay, are you
Well,
going to feel bad if she was actually sick?
Maybe, but even if she really was sick, then she would have reached out to me.
Yeah. I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you, okay?
All right, man.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Bonnie.
this is Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
From a radio?
Yeah. Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, it's the name of a morning radio program.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
really
That's
good
just the
question.
name we gave it.
It
Why
seems
are we
simple.
calling you? Is that what you're wondering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just wondering why we named it that. Calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and see if we can find out what happened. So you went out with a dude named Drew.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Drew emailed us and told us a little bit about your date, that you guys met online, you talked a bunch, and you finally coordinated a date, but when you showed up, I guess you had no voice.
True.
And she said that it was awkward because you couldn't talk, and then eventually he said, if you're sick, you can go home, and then you went home, and that's the last he heard from you.
Yeah, okay.
He also said that he really, really liked you, and you guys talked for like a month or something leading up to the date.
Yeah, we did.
You don't sound like you like him as much as he likes you.
You sound bummed.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't like him. I think he just wants to know.
I mean, I wasn't feeling good the day that we were supposed to have our date, and I didn't want to cancel on him. So I ended up going to the restaurant, and I got there, and I asked the hostess where he was seated, and I look over at the table. He's already there, and he looks nothing like his picture, nothing like any photos.
Wait.
What?
So you hadn't lost your voice? Because you said you just asked the hostess.
Yeah, I had not. And I was just trying to figure out what should I do. I mean, I've been talking to this guy for a month.
Wait, how?
So you feel like he catfished you or something?
I feel like he was trying to portray himself younger than he really is.
Oh.
And I didn't want to, I just felt guilty for leaving. So I was just like on the fly. I just asked the hostess for a pen and paper, and I'll just say, I lost my voice.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's quick thinking.
Very.
No, you guys, that's ridiculous. How different could he have looked? I mean, how old are you talking?
Are you kidding me? Like, easily could be my uncle.
Oh, man.
We're talking mid-40s.
I'm in my mid to late 20s.
Oh, gotcha.
And the pictures on his profile were definitely in my age range. So when I saw him, it was quite traumatic. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't know who this guy is. And he barely looks like his photos. I could kind of tell that it was still him.
Why not just cancel on him instead of sitting there acting like you can't talk?
Because all the time we had spent talking already, I felt guilty. I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to stand him up.
Yeah, but you don't owe anything to somebody who's lying to you. I mean, did he outright tell you that he was your age, or is it something you just assumed?
We never had the conversation, but his photos make him look younger. So.
Yeah. It's weird that he wouldn't ever bring that up. Like, if he knows he's using photos from 20 years ago, he's probably going to get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't stay that long on the date, if that's any consolation for you.
He thought you might be faking. Yeah. Not having a voice. And I guess you were faking, but he did suspect that.
I mean, it is what it is. He was lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying, Bonnie.
Drew, you're supposed to wait.
What's going on?
Oh, Bonnie, that's Drew. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, but apparently he couldn't wait until I called him into the conversation, Drew.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys, but like she can't say that I'm lying. I'm not lying.
But how are you not lying if you put
those photos that were on my profile? Yes, they were of when I was younger, but those were the best photos. I'm not gonna put like a crappy photo of myself on the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Why did you guys not tell me that he was on the line?
Why did you write on a note card like a sociopath and then say you couldn't talk? If that's what it is, then just say that. I don't know why you went around this crazy...
You know, Drew, I was doing you a favor, okay? I stayed. I could have left. You could have just been stood up at that restaurant like an average 45-year-old man, but I stayed.
Well, I might be older, but I'm not like a Hannibal Lecter type of person that writes like a. Why couldn't you just say
We don't know that.
Drew, it is kind of weird that you brought up the whole point of how she was gorgeous in real life. Didn't you at any point think like, ooh, I better let her know that I'm significantly older than the photos that I used?
Significantly.
Yeah, just add it in again.
Drew.
Well, it does sound like you're just like fishing for younger women by tricking them online.
No, I'm totally not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm taking the photos that I think best represent my personality.
That's nice, Drew. I'm gonna paint a photo. I'm gonna paint a photo for you. If you were to walk into a restaurant, blind date, and you were going to go meet a woman. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done.
Okay, let's have
and you were
her
supposed
moment.
to see a woman, and then this woman ended up being 65 years old. What would you do? What if she looked old enough to be your mother?
65
You look
years
old enough to be an uncle
First of all, you're
of
being
mine.
hyperbolic. Okay.
Oh, big words.
Or do
Big
you even
words.
know that? Do you know what I mean?
I'm not a f***ing idiot. Yeah, I know exactly
Are
what
you
you're
sure
talking
you're
about.
not an idiot? Because you sound like a raving lunatic. That would actually go to a hostess and ask for a pen and paper and then write that like, sorry, I can't talk. Are you, like,
I'm
were
the
you raised by
lunatic,
wolves?
Drew. You're the one who called me on the radio, you idiot. What else? What else do you have to do?
You moron.
Oh
Because
my God, both of you.
I had called you, texted you, reached out, and you just thought you could just like do whatever the hell you want. And you, by the
I will.
greaterness of your voice,
Yeah.
I know that you feel like you're a very entitled person now.
Drew,
It's really
just
annoying.
settle it. Drew, how old are you? How old are you, Drew?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, that means you are really old.
Well, I sound a lot younger than you do, sweetheart.
Oh, I think we have our answer here, Drew. I think you know why.
I don't think we have our answer because you two sound like there's a lot of passion, and I would love to see you guys go out on a second date. Bonnie, would you like a second date with Drew? We'll pay for it.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Don't you want an older
Just
man?
Why?
Wait, now you're just mocking her?
Yeah.
He has
That is exactly what I'm doing.
nothing better to do.
So you're actually 12, is what I'm hearing, Drew.
Older, but he's not as mature.
I'm happy to do Drew a solid, and I can set him up with one of my mother's friends.
Okay, Bonnie, thank you for your time. Drew, I'm sorry you didn't get your second date, but maybe update your photos online. Maybe that will help.
Shut up, ass. Why don't you update your photos? So you look so fucking ugly.
I've tried, but there's nothing that can really help that. Maybe I can borrow your photos.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says that Drew sounds pretentious. It is pretentious because he's older.
Yeah.
You get a little more pretentious when you get older.
True. You get that money. You get that good 401k.
You missed today's second date update. This dude, Drew, wanted to call a girl named Bonnie. They met online and they talked for about a month, and then they agreed to see each other in person. And when she finally showed up for their date, she had an index card that said, "Sorry, I lost my voice." And she couldn't talk, so the date was cut short. He was suspicious and thought maybe she was faking, so we called, and she admitted that she was actually faking it to get out of the date because she said he looked 20 years older than his pictures online.
That was so creative on the fly.
But listen, he never denied that he was 20 years older than his pictures.
Yeah, he didn't want to tell us.
Seems like that means he's 30 years older than his pictures to me.
He just said they were good pictures of him.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people have good pictures from 20 years ago.
Right?
Yeah.
So they got into a big argument about it, and no date. They did not go out for a second date.
Yeah, well, she should have known when they were obviously taken on a 35mm camera.
Yeah. And remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5%.
Right in the middle of a second date, and if you're just joining us, we're about to call the perfect woman. She likes black beans, she's got a hot body, and apparently she just got out of a long-term relationship. The perfect woman, at least according to Daniel, who's on the phone for a second date today. He met a girl named Jill at Chipotle. They were standing in line, and they bonded over the fact that they both like black beans. That was the big thing. She's dating material, and she's not crazy, because any girl that's single for a long time is usually crazy.
But only girls.
Yeah, only girls, though, not guys.
Because he's been single for 2 years.
All right, Daniel, I'm about to give her a call. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, but I didn't say all of them are crazy. Some of them are needy, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, crazy and needy, my bad. Or needy.
Your hypocrisy knows no end. Daniel, have you ever thought, I mean, I'm guessing no to this question, but maybe she's not calling you back because she just got out of a long-term relationship and doesn't want to jump into another relationship.
Nah, I think there was just too much that was good. I mean, she had a hot body. We liked the black beans. Everything you guys said already was true. So
yeah,
man, it does sound like you had a deep connection. You're right.
I think it was probably just too much good stuff all in one day because, I mean, everything was so perfect. She was probably like, wow, I met Mr. Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Overwhelming.
Just a little bit shook from that experience. All right,
Scared to call Mr. Right.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now and find out if that is the issue, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to Jill, please?
This is Jill.
Jill, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi. Do you know what that is? Do you know what Brooke and Jubal in the morning is?
Well, I think it's a show.
Yes, it is.
All right,
it's a
Jill.
radio show. Have you ever listened to us before?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, good. It's good. It's good to like not really be sure about that. That speaks highly of us. I'm calling you today though because we got an email about you from somebody who listens to our show.
Are you sure you have the right number?
I'm pretty sure. We do a segment called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. So we got an email about you from Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what does he want?
Well, he wants to know why you won't commit to going on another date with him.
Oh.
He told us about when he met you. He said that he really liked you. He thought you guys had a good connection, and he's just confused.
Yeah, he seems like a really nice guy, I think, and he's pretty cute. I just, it's not really about him right now. It's about me. I know that sounds lame, but just being honest.
Kind of stereotypical.
He told us that you had just gotten out of a long-term relationship, and I suggested that maybe you just weren't ready to enter another one, and that's why you weren't calling him back?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that. Can I just be honest?
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
Well, I was in a long-term relationship, but my boyfriend just received a prison term, and so he's going to be locked up for, I think, 3 years.
Ooh.
Okay.
A minimum. And so it's just making it really weird for me right now.
So wait, are you single or are you still with prison guy?
So when he went away, we were still together, but he said, I'll be in here a while, and he doesn't really want me to wait on him, and he wants me to be happy, which is totally the guy that he is, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Daniel the next day, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll see. It's a nice guy, and I don't know. Let's see, but I'm just still not sure.
Okay, so you kind of still have a boyfriend.
Well, I want to be open. It's just a little complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would imagine.
So you did like Daniel, though. You thought he was like a good dude. It's just that you have a ex-boyfriend, sort of still boyfriend who's locked up right now.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was nice being, out and having fun and not thinking about all of these other crazy things. And we had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jill, I also have to let you know that Daniel is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, he wants to talk to you. And this is not a collect call. There's no time limit on it either. So you can talk to him for a minute if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to him?
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I am. Unless you hung up. Daniel, are you still there?
Yeah. Hey, Jill. Hi.
So why didn't you tell me about this before? I mean, that's a concern for me.
Concern?
Well,
can you tell me how big this person is, or how tall they are? Or...
How big? Are you going to fight him?
Are you scared? What are you saying?
I mean, your dude's in prison. Like, that's just, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, Phoenix, he's in there for 3 years, so...
Yeah, but is it like a white-collar crime or a blue-collar crime? Is he tough, or...
I mean, you're really strong, so, you don't have to worry about any of that. I can tell you, you're a tough guy a little bit, and I felt really safe with you, so,
You can square up with him.
Huh.
He sounds worried.
What are you worried about, Daniel? You worried about, like, you start dating Jill, and then in 3 years gets out of jail, and then...
Comes right after you?
His name's Phoenix. I mean, this sounds like a really tough dude. I don't know anybody called that.
He's a really nice guy. He's super sweet. He got caught up with the wrong crowd. It's nothing that you should worry about, Daniel. I had a really good time with you, and I know that if anything ever happened, like, you'd be fine. You've been in a knife fight at least once, right?
What? What'd you say?
A knife fight?
For real?
No, I've never been in a knife fight. Why would you ask me that?
I mean, the world is a crazy place. Anything could happen.
Yeah, but you just said a knife. Like, that's the kind of stuff that happens in prison. I'm not trying to be in knife fights all of a sudden.
No, knife fights happen outside of prison, too. They can happen anywhere. And, that's how people usually end up getting locked up in the first place.
Oh.
Well, now we got a little
Now we're maybe
backstory.
getting a little information on why Phoenix is locked up.
Oh, dang.
Jill, I can't tell if you think knife fight is a positive or a negative for Daniel. Like, what's the best answer here?
Well, he seems like a guy that can handle himself.
Hey, newsflash. I can't handle myself in a knife fight. I'm just telling you.
Is that a deal breaker for you, Jill?
No, I just think he's tougher than he thinks.
Okay.
You can do it, bro.
Yeah.
You're up
We
for
believe
it?
in you.
Could you give me his whole name so I can Google this and do some research afterwards?
I don't even know his last name.
What?
What are you talking about? Like, he has no last name?
I'm sure he was born with the last name. It's just he never told me the whole time we were dating. He's never used a last name.
You see, we're dating for like 2 years.
This guy sounds nuts. I don't know what to say.
Jill, would you like to go on a second date with Daniel? We'll pay for it. He's got to bring his own knife, though. We're not paying for the knife.
I would.
You would?
I would. Yeah. Seems like he's a little shy, but he's also like strong and, just in case anything gets rough out there in the world, I feel like he could protect me.
Oh, my God.
Okay, Daniel? What do you think, man? You got a second date.
I think he just peed himself.
I might have to think about it. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you scared to say no, Daniel, or are you really contemplating this?
Well, things have changed because there's another component to this. So I'm not saying no. I think you have a lot of good attributes. Like, your body is amazing. I just need more time to think about this.
Okay.
All right, Jill.
Jill, does that work for you? He's going to think about it a little bit?
I mean, yeah, Daniel, you could think about it, but don't wait too long. You know who's coming out soon.
Don't wait too long, because otherwise Phoenix will be out and looking for you.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'll do I'd better go now.
All right, so we'll let you go then. We'll see you later. Good luck. Today's second date is a shocking one. And I say that because the dude on the phone named Daniel didn't meet his date on an app or anything. He actually met her in real life.
Is that the shocking part? Oh,
I know.
yes. Okay.
It's crazy. He emailed in and said he met a girl at Chipotle.
What?
Standing in line. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize that people actually met that way anymore. So this is going to be very interesting. Daniel, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, pretty good. And you guys?
Pretty good.
Apparently, it's like we're talking to a ghost, like a person of the past who's here in the future.
Yeah, I guess it's weird for people to meet in person nowadays.
Yeah, it is. How does that happen? You just like exchange words with someone?
What? They made eye contact even, I bet.
Wait, like their face looked at your face?
Yeah, I need more information, Daniel. What's the name of the girl you want to call today?
Her name's Jill.
Jill, all right, and tell us about how you met her.
Well, basically, we were just standing in line at Chipotle together, and if I'm completely honest, she's got a hot body, dude. Like, she's got lots of curves, and I mean, it was funny because I noticed her, and she was right behind me, and I just asked. I was like, "So, what are you getting today?"
Oh my God, you were bold. You just turned around and.
Yeah, well, I was basically just trying to be more smooth. I was asking her what food she was getting and what she likes.
Oh.
And turns out we're both getting bowls.
Nice.
And then it turns out we also both like black beans.
No way.
Wait a second. Wow.
I didn't even know there was another option at Chipotle.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Of course. Sorry.
Yeah, you can get refried beans. So us both getting black beans is just crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. It's meant to be.
Are you being
You guys both you bonded over black beans.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and then she commented on my T-shirt. I had a picture of a baseball player hitting a ball, and underneath it said touchdown. So she
That's kind of funny.
said that was funny, and the fact that she has a killer body and a sense of humor.
She's got everything. Killer body. She likes black beans just like you, and she appreciated your T-shirt.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, I think your wedding vows are written right there.
I mean, something's going on because it was just too much stuff lining up. I had to go for it.
So
Okay.
wait, did you guys go sit down together at some point, or did you just talk briefly in line?
I didn't ask her outright then, but after our little exchange, I just hung out by the napkins.
Okay.
And she came up and was like, "Oh, you again." So then I asked her out right there.
And you're like, yeah, I've been hanging out by this napkin dispenser for like an hour. It took you so long.
How are your black beans?
So you asked her out right then, and I'm assuming she said yes?
Yeah. And so we had a date the same night.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. We ended up walking around the mall. I got to learn more about her.
Awesome.
And I found out that she was in a long-term relationship until recently.
Oh
Okay.
my God, I'm glad you added that last part.
Until recently.
I was like, that's a
Yeah.
buzzkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good if she was in a long-term relationship.
Yeah,
No.
that might be the reason she's not calling you back if she was.
Might be a big reason.
Yeah.
To me, though, I like the fact that she was in a long-term relationship until recently,
Why?
because usually girls that are single for a while, usually there's something wrong. Maybe they're crazy or needy or desperate or all three.
So wait a minute. Aren't you single? How long have you been single?
2 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So maybe
this
you're
is
a little
like one of those
crazy
pot
and
calling
needy
kettle
and
black situations.
all that stuff.
No, I'm a dude that's different. I can be single. It's fine.
Oh, it's different.
girls.
All right.
I liked you for a second. I liked you before that statement.
Good logic.
Come on, how can you not admit that that's true?
No, it's not true at all. That women have to be in relationships to not be crazy. Like none of that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't see the problem. Like, it makes total sense.
And
We're different.
That
Did you
is
tell
the
her?
issue.
Did you tell her that on your date? You're like, I'm glad you've been in a relationship for a while, because otherwise you'd be crazy.
No, I didn't tell her that. I just told you guys that.
Okay, good.
We went to a movie together, and we ended up kissing after that, and things were cool.
Okay.
Yes, that's good.
But since then, has she not been talking to you?
I mean, she has. I've called and texted afterwards, and she'll respond, but never to the ones where I'm asking when she's available next. So that's where I'm a little confused, and I need you guys to help me out with this.
Okay. You can't think of any reason that she doesn't want to go out with you again?
No. Everything was cool. She liked my sense of humor. I like her sense of humor. Hot body. I don't see what the problem was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you think she caught me staring at her hot body a few times? Because I mean, I was staring, but I don't know if she caught me.
Could have been. Maybe you're staring a little too long at the hot body, and then it creeped her out. I don't know, but we'll.
Just even you saying that is creepy every time.
Yeah.
Hot body.
We'll
Hot
play-
body.
we'll play a
You can
song.
be attracted to somebody without being creepy.
We'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date. All right?
All right, cool.
Okay, hang on.